Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel, Math is Fun channel. This is an educational channel to help you understand your topics in mathematics. And also, this channel is intended to those who are doing online classes out there and also those who are answering their modules, okay? So this is very helpful for you to understand and improve your performance in mathematics. Is that good? Yeah, that is so great. And that is a very good and very nice advocacy in life to share my knowledge and also my skills in mathematics to those who are struggling in it. Okay? So please do not forget to subscribe my channel, watch the video discussions that I have, and also share my channel to your friends out there, especially those who are in need of this video discussion. Is that great? Yes, very awesome. So now let's start with our discussion. So perhaps we have a visitor for today's video discussion, but never mind them. So now let's start with our discussion about okay. Oh, about fractions, decimals, and percent. I know that this topic is very a lot of students are struggling in this topic because it's fractions. We are not talking whole numbers in here, but our main focus will be in rational numbers or fractions, and then also decimals and percent. So learning to juggle with these topics for in this video discussion rather. So now as an introductory part, okay, so the character names, his name is Sparky. Say hi to Sparky. Okay, so now, okay, let's define what is a fraction, what is decimal, and what is percent. How do we define them? So fractions, decimals, and percents are different ways of representing the same number. Okay, do not forget that one. And aside from that, um, another thing to represent it, example, we have 1/2 is equal to, or we all know that 1/2 is equivalent to 0.5, which is also equivalent in percent as 50%. So as you can see, they are really interrelated to each other. They are somehow equivalent. So these numbers look different, right? But they all have the exact, or yeah, they have the exact same value. So that is the relationship between rational numbers, decimals, and percent. So I hope you'll not forget that one. Okay. So next we will proceed because we use fractions, decimals, and percents rather in everyday life. It's helpful if we can juggle or change between each from, correct? So with that, making these numbers easier to understand. And you know what, just like what the character says, I understand that 1/4 pound of cheesy bacon burger is good. And I don't understand how I got a 25% on my last math test. So it's like that. The fractions or the um, application of fractions, decimals, and percents in our everyday life. I know you have your own experiences about where to apply these concepts in your day-to-day living. So hopefully you just had an off day. Okay, so now when do we use fractions? Very important thing to ask. When do we use fractions? So, example, cooking or recipes. We have 2/3 cups flour rather. And then another thing also to apply fractions in our day-to-day life, telling time. Example, 1/4 after 4. That's a quarter after 4, correct? Another application, measuring length, 5 1/8 inches, as you can see, in a ruler. And of course, reading music, example, half note. So that's it. You can see fraction or use fractions in those specified real life scenario. Okay, now, can you think of other ways we use fractions? I want you to think about that one. Try to realize about it. And then when do we use decimals? So try to think about it. When do we use decimals, or where is decimals, or yeah, decimals are significant in your life? So we can have the prices, correct? As you can go to the grocery or department stores, even in G malls, G malls in malls rather, you can have prices, or you will encounter prices, correct, in our day-to-day living when you buy something. Another thing also, the sports. In sports, example, 0.375 baseball batting averages. So we can use or apply decimals in sports. Another, gas amounts. So as you can see, in gas amounts, we can apply decimals there. And of course, the pie. Who loves pie? I love pie. But we're not just talking about pie in here as food, but pie as value of 3.141592, so on and so forth. And of course, where else do we see decimals? I want you to try to think about that one while listening to this video discussion. Where else do we see decimals? And of course, now the next term that we have to think about its application is the percent. The word percent in here. When do we use percents? Where do we use percents? Try to think. Your grades, perhaps. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so your grades, 25%. Retail sales, or 60% of the sale. And of course, the tipping rates, 15% to 20%, just like that. And of course, in statistics, we use percents in statistics. Example, 100% of students choose shorter school days. Even the statistics for the for those who are infected, or yeah, active cases for the coronavirus. So at least you can relate. That is an application of percents in our current situation while doing the online classes. Why we do online classes now? Because of the pandemic. So now, where else do we find percentage? Hmm? Where else do we find percentages rather? So I want you to think about that one also. At least you will be able to appreciate these concepts, fractions, decimals, and percents. I know you hated this one before, but when you try to think and realize that about its application, then you will appreciate it, and then you will not hate it, these terms. I hope so. This helped much. So now let's talk about the part one. A while ago, we just introduced about the definition of fractions, decimals, and percentage. Now we will go over with our main dish, our main focus in this video discussion, which is changing fractions to decimals. So do not forget this one rather. So as I have said, a fraction is formed by two numbers, a top number, which is called the numerator, as you can see, over a bottom number, which is the, or we call it the denominator. So in short, when we say fraction in grade 7, we call it rational numbers. Okay, so fractions or rational numbers are two numbers consist or yeah consisting of a top number, which is called the numerator, and also the bottom number, which is the denominator, or it can be written in the form of a over b. So as you can see, you have there the numerator over the denominator. Example of that is 3/4. 3/4 is, we have the numerator as your 3, as number 3 represents in the rational number, and also 4 as your denominator. And you can just have it or represent it in a concept where it is related to part of a whole. Part over whole rather. So that is the concept of a fraction. So proper fractions like this one, like 3/4, as I presented on the screen, uh, it represents number less than 1. Okay, so proper fractions like the 3/4 represent numbers less than 1. So that is the concept of fraction. So please take note of that, because when you learn its concept, then it will be easier for you on how to solve the fractions or rational numbers later on. Okay, so now let's define formally about decimals. When we say decimals, they are related to fractions. So do not be confused about decimals and fractions. They are just interrelated. Their values are equivalent. Their forms are just different, but their values are the same. Okay, so do not forget that one. So decimals are related to fractions. Sorry for the noise. That we had or we experienced a noise pollution. just joking. Okay, so decimals are related to fractions because they also represent numbers less than 1. So again, decimals are related to fractions because they also represent numbers less than 1. So in short, decimals can represent a fraction in a different form. So now, does anyone know how to turn a fraction into a decimal? So if you know, then this will be just your recall. But if you don't know rather, then you have to listen so that you'll be able to know how. So if you said by dividing the numerator by the denominator, you're right. Exactly. Absolutely right. But how does that give you a decimal? Hmm. Another follow-up question. So I love follow-up questions. So now check this out. Let's have an example. Let's use 3/4 as an example. So you can see. So to turn, to turn 3/4 into a decimal, we divide the numerator 3 by the denominator 4. In short, in converting rational numbers or fractions to decimals, then you will divide the numerator by its denominator. Simple division method. Just like here, 3, then divide it by 4. Since 3 cannot be, cannot be divided by 4, so we put 0.0 so that it can be divided. Then we have 7. Numbers that can divide 30 by 4 is 7. So we have it 7 times 4, 28. Then subtract it. Then it gives us 2. And after that one, we have to borrow again 0. Then bring down 0, 20. Then 20 is divisible by 4. Then our answer is, what I mean is, when we divide 20 by 4, then that gives us 5, as you can see. So 5 times 4 is 20. So minus it, then we have a remainder 0. So our decimal form of 3/4 is 0.75. Very easy. So 3/4 is equivalent to 0.75 in decimal point or form. Easy, right? Yeah, very easy. I know, right? So now, hint, you can think of a fraction bar like a division or, division symbol, as you can see. So that's it. So can someone guess what the decimal form of 3 and 3/4 would be? So that is a form of a mixed fraction, correct? So what is the equivalent value of 3 and 3/4 would be? So if you said 3.75, then you're right. Exactly. Autonomously correct. You're right. Notice how the whole number stays the same in both forms. Okay, so be observant. So I think I get it, but can we do one more to be sure? Yeah, sure. Okay, absolutely. So let's change 5 and 2/3 into a decimal. Are you ready? I know you're ready. Let's get it started. Okay, remember the whole number will stay the same. So we just need to divide 2 by 3, rather. So now we have 2 divided by 3. Oh, sorry. It's hanging because we're live, that's why it's hanging. Just joking. So we borrow 0, then put 0 point something there in the quotient. So we have it 6. Okay, 6 times 3 is 18. Then 20 minus 18, that gives us 2. Then borrow another 0. Then bring it down. 20 divided by 3. Numbers that can divide it closer to 20 is 6 again. So 6 times 3 is 8, negative 18, 2. As you can see, it repeats it. Yeah, the 6 repeats. Okay. it will repeat rather. So that's a same pattern, or the pattern is 6 will repeat. So we'll just stop in there. Then, yeah, as you can see, same. So at this point, you can see the division problem will never end. So if you want to continue it, go on. So since at this point, you can see the division problem will never end, and the 6 will keep repeating. So we can just have 5 and 2/3 as 5.6. We put vinculum. Sorry. Wow, amazing. We put a vinculum to your 6. That means, or bar above 6. That means 6 repeats. Okay, so it is a repeating decimal, the 6 bar. Sorry. So let's try to practice it and apply it. Okay, change the following fractions into decimals. What about, okay, 1 for 0.25. Wait, for 2/5 we have 0.4, and for 5/6 we have, okay, 0.83, where 3 repeats. Okay, very good. 7/10 is 0.7, and 1/3 is 0.3, and 1/3 is a repeating decimal. So we can just put a bar above the repeating number 3, or we call it vinculum. And 1 1/2 is 1.5, and 2 3/5 is equal to 2.6. Again, how do we do it? We just divide them to convert or rewrite this one into decimals. 9 5/8, we have 9.625. So I hope you'll be able to recall your learnings, or your your learnings and your skills about converting fractions into decimals. Why is it my PowerPoint is so excited? Okay, now let's proceed to changing decimals to percent. So let's start with this. So a percentage represents an amount. Sorry, so excited. A percentage represents an amount of 100. Take down note of that. Again, take down note of that. A percentage represents an amount out of 100. So we use the percent symbol, as you can see, instead of writing fractions with a denominator of 100. Okay, so I know you know about that one. And then, so for example, instead of saying Sparky got 25 out of 100 on his last math test, then we can say Sparky got a 25%. Okay, so can you observe, or what I mean, appreciate its use or its, yeah, importance. So again, example for the percentage, as you can see, instead of saying 25 out of 100, we can say 25%. So with that, it's time we find another example. Yeah, okay, because a percentage represents an amount of 100, as we can see, or what I mean, as I have said in the definition, then then an amount out of 100. So to turn a decimal into a percent, all we do is we multiply the decimal by 100. Exactly, again, because a percentage represents an amount out of 100. To turn a decimal into a percent, all we do is multiply by, or the decimal by 100. That's how you do it. So let's change 0.62 to a percent. So we multiply 0.62 by 100, as you can see on the screen, and that gives us 62. So don't forget the percent sign. Okay, if you forgot to write, or forget to write rather, the percentage sign, then I will not consider your answers correct. So it must be written as 62%, as you can see there. So now, someone told me that when you multiply, okay, the character is trying to communicate with us. Someone told me that when you multiply by 100, it's just like moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. Have you encountered that one? Same with what our character experienced before? That someone was correct. Yes, decimals to percent. So let's try to apply this concept. So moving the decimal seems way easier to me, to the character. I guess to all of you also, it's easier. So if you encounter that one, it's fine. So now it is just, it is rather, yeah. So just don't forget to add the percent sign after you move the decimal. So do not forget that one. So let's use a Sparky method to easily change some decimals into percents. Okay, very excited PowerPoint presentation. As you can see, okay, sorry, for a while. Okay, so let's have an example. Let's try to use Sparky's method to easily change some decimals into percents. Very, yeah, very excited PowerPoint as, as we have encountered now. So 0.45, you move 2 places to the right. Then you have it 45.0, which is equivalent to 45%. Yeah, very easy, right? So easy process. Next, example number 2, 0.7. You move. Okay, before we can move the decimal 2 places to the right, we have to add a 0. Yes, exactly. So that gives us move 2 places to the right, then it gives us 70 or 70%. Now let's try to do example number 3, the 1.25. So 1.25. So move 2 places. The starting point is in the decimal point. Okay, do not forget that one. You might do it in a wrong way. So again, you base it. Your movement will base on the decimal point. So move to the right. So that gives us 125, which is equivalent to 125%. What about example number 4, 2? What will you do? Again, an understood decimal comes after the 2. Okay, that is understandable that the decimal point is after 2, after the number 2. So add 2 zeros so we can move the decimal. As you can see, then we will now move 2 places to the right. That gives us 200 or 200%. So we are very pretty sure of that. Same with the character. Okay, that's so exciting. So let's have a practice. Change the following decimal into percentages. So 0.75, 75% so fast. 0.11 is 11%. 0.8 is 80%. Very good. And 0.333 is equivalent to 33.3%. And of course, for 1.45, that gives us 145%. Very good. And 0.2 will give us 20%. And of course, 0.615 for number 7, that gives us what? 61.5%. And for your 4, you have it. For number 8, you have it 400%, and 0.5 is 50%. And of course, lastly, 0.99 is what? That's 99%. Very good. So now let's talk about changing percents back to decimal. So now, if we move the decimal 2 places to the right to change a decimal to a percent, what do you suppose, what I mean is, what do you suppose we do to change a percent back to a decimal? So we will do the opposite way. Yeah, not the opposite. What I mean is percent to decimal. Yes, we're going to do the opposite way on how we write or convert percents to decimals. So again, if we move the decimal 2 places to the right to change a decimal to a percent, then what do you suppose to do to change a percent back to a decimal? You will do the reverse way. Exactly. Let's try. Okay, move the decimal 2 places to the left. Okay, let's try that one. Yes, that's absolutely correct. What can I say? It runs in the family. Wow, amazing. Good for him. So just check this out. So let's have an example. 85%. We will move a decimal places, 2 places rather, to the left. Okay, so now we will do it. Locate the understood decimal after the 5 and remove the percent sign. So as you can, yes, that's it. And after that, Move the decimal 2 places to the left. So move 2 places to the left, then that gives us rather 0.85 or 0.85. So now, example number two. Let's do example number two. So easy, right? 30%. So again, same process. Remove the percentage sign or symbol. Then move to the left twice or 2 times. That gives us 0.30 or 0.3. Who got the correct answer? So excited, right? Yeah, exciting rather. So example number three, 115%. How do you do that? Okay, so change the percent into point. And of course, move 2 places there to the left. And that gives us 1.15. And of course, it's your turn to do the examples. Okay, change the following percents into decimals. So 18%, very good, 0.18. For number two, 100%. Okay, very good. That's one. For 5%, that gives us 0.05. And 12.9%, that gives us 0.129. And 88% is 0.88. And 7.43, this 1% is equivalent to, very good, 0.0743. Again, you just move it to the left. How many times? 2 times. Very good. Where to start? Start it from the decimal point. Okay, so 150% is 1.5 and 11% is 0.11 and 316.2 is equivalent to 3.162 and 7.7% is equivalent to 0.077 rather. So please do not forget we are doing here changing the percent into decimals. Now let's go to the next, changing decimals back to fractions. So how do we do this one? Okay, this topic is something focused in a grade 7 student about rational numbers, how to convert decimals back to fraction or rational form. Okay, so to start, before we start changing decimals into fractions, we need a good understanding, right, of how to properly say decimals. So, believe it or not, when you properly say a decimal, you are automatically creating the fraction. So, do not forget that one. Okay? So do not forget that very important reminder for us. And of course, let's start to do it. Can you name the following decimal place values? 0.3927, the sample number there on the screen. So if we know its place value or the decimal place values, then we can say that 3 is in tenths, 9 is in hundreds, 2 is in thousands, very good, and 7 is in the 10,000, so on and so forth. So now let's look at how to properly say decimals. So 0.7 is 7/10. So please say with me how to read 0.7 in decimal reading. That is 7/10. Do not forget it. Okay? That is very important also. So 0.23 in decimal can be read as 23 hundredths. Say with me, 23 hundredths. For number 3, 0.034, that can be read properly as 34 thousandths. Please say with me, 34 thousandths. And of course, 9.8 is, or it can be read as 9 and 8 tenths. Again, 9 and 8 tenths. Do not forget that one. So now let's, as you say each decimal, picture the fraction you are saying to yourself. 0.8, okay, that is 8/10 because 8 is in the 10th place. So 8/10, that's how you write decimals to fractions, you have to identify the number, of course, after the decimal point, and that is considered as your numerator, and its place value is your denominator. So since we have 8, 0.8, so automatically 8 is your numerator. And since 8 is located in the 10th place value of decimal, then it is represented by 10. So 8 over 10. Easy, right? What about 0.16? So we know that 16 is already your numerator. And of course, the 16th place, yeah, the 6 there is in the hundredth place. So let's see, 16 over 100, that can be simplified still if you want to simplify it. So for 0.052, that gives us 52 over 1,000 rather, and 4 and 4 tenths for 4.4. Easy, right? So what work still needs to be done with all of these fractions? If you said simplify, then you are right exactly. So 8 over 10 can still be simplified as 4/5, and for 16 over 100 can be simplified as 4 over 25, or 4 and 25th. 52 over 1000 can be simplified into 13 over 250, and 4 or number 4, sorry, we have a visitor. Wow, amazing. The dog wants to join with us in this video discussion. So for 4.4, sorry, let's just pause for a moment. A moment of silence, because the sounds are something like, okay, it's now okay. So 4.4, or 4 and 4 tenths, can be simplified into 4 and 2/5. So now I guess you can now understand how to change decimals to fractions. Just do not forget the process. So yes, I like your attitude. You're all positive to learn things. So let's try to change the following decimals into fractions. For 0.2, that gives us 2 tenths. For 1.32, that gives us, 2 tenths can be simplified as 1/5. Divide both sides by 2. What I mean, divide both numerator and denominator by 2. And for number 2, 1.32, we will change 32 into, yes, 32 over 100. And simplify 32 over 100. That gives us 1 and 8 over 25. So that's how you do it, okay? So number 2 is a mixed fraction. For number 3, we have to, yes, convert it to 124 to 1,000, and then it can be written as 31 over 250 as its simplest form. And lastly, 0.0488, that gives us 488 over 10,000. So that can be written in simplest form as 61 over 1,250. So how do you do on those practice problems? Let's see. Well, maybe it's time we work on getting some other things covered. So, and that ends our discussion about fractions, decimals, and percent. So I hope everybody got it correctly. What I mean is you got something, or you get something from this video discussion. And I hope this is very helpful for you to change your perspective that math is not a difficult subject, but it's easy, fun, and interesting. So thank you for watching the video until the end. And also, aside from that, please do not forget to subscribe my channel, share this channel to your friends, or all the videos that I have, share it to your friends and to your classmates. This is a great help for them to improve their performance in mathematics. So always remember, math is fun. The essence of mathematics is not to make simple things complicated, but to make complicated things simple. Have a good day, everyone.